Hello Cancer, and welcome to your mini monthly tarot reading for the month of December. My name is Jennifer with Aquamood. For those of you that are new, as a general reminder, I've already pre-shuffled and meditated with all the decks so that we can get started right away. Also, for those of you that are new, if you find that this message resonates with you, check out the energy clearing that I do for the collective at the end of all the readings as well. Aw. I'm like, there you guys are. You have the Chariot at the beginning of the month, and this is talking about you moving forward. This is talking about you moving away from things, but also taking charge. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's the Chariot right there. And it's going to take some effort, right? It's going to take some effort to get to where you're going, but it's worth it. You guys can do it. And you have Four of Wands energy at the beginning of the month, and this is a very celebratory energy. This is probably like my favorite card of the deck because it's like four girls partying and dancing and celebrating, and so it's a very happy card. So you do have that energy available at your disposal, especially at the beginning of the month. You are being encouraged to tap into like the more lighthearted, the more playful energies, tapping into friends and family that can be of support, since the Chariot normally indicates like a need to move on or away from something, right? And that can be a little bit difficult or challenging at times, especially for a Cancer that likes to hold on to things at times, or when change is a little too scary. So indulging in playful energy, celebratory energy, is going to help you loosen that grip. And you have Seven of Swords coming up for you in the second week. I'm sorry, I got a message that came through for this card while I was pre-shuffling. But at face value, this card is talking about, being very mindful of someone that's being sneaky, or someone or a situation that's not quite right, or being in a space where it's just not completely comfortable, or where you feel like you can't trust someone or trust others. But on the flip side of this message, you are being asked to be very responsible for the ways in which you have been sneaky, or you have been dishonest, or you haven't been the most sincere, or maybe not even vulnerable. So any of these energies being reflected back to you are because they're still kind of active embodiments within you. And then you have the Devil card coming up for you in the second week. And so you're getting a little bit of a stern talking for the second week of December. This is an energy of getting you to notice where you might still feel bound. Like, where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel bound to or bound by? And the Devil is an energy that talks about being bound to unhealthy habits, unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy personality traits. Yes, it could also be very much like addictions to things or people, unhealthy coping mechanisms. And so you are being asked to look at this energy, be very honest with yourself in the second week of December. especially if it has to do around a person, maybe a person trying to sneak back into your life. But it's also asking you to be very honest with yourself and see how this might be you keeping you stuck in a loop. Oh, look at that. You have the world coming up for you in the third week of December. And this is closing the chapters on, right? Like you're ready to put an end to this. You're ready to be done with this energy of like the second week, whatever that is for you guys. And you have the world coming up, and the world talks about, a situation coming to full fruition, closing a chapter on things, ready to start a new one. And you're very energetically supported. Come back to the thought that came in my mind. And you have the Priestess of Discs coming up for you. She is the Queen of Coins. And this energy is a very abundant energy, very grounded, somebody that has their own money. But it's also a reminder to take care of your physical body, to be kind to it, to nurture it, to stay grounded, because it does feel like this is a month of transition. So we can easily get lost up in our thoughts or start thinking worst case scenarios. So when you are grounded, when you are centered, it's easier for you to move forward. I was trying to say earlier that while you have like all this excitement and like energy and willingness to like move forward and make breakthroughs, it's kind of like a little test comes back into your life to see if you really are ready to move forward, if you really are. But I get that you're gonna be okay. You're gonna figure it out. You're gonna make the right choices. Because you really are done with whatever the situation is, and you really do want to shift into an energy where you are caring for yourself, where you are making healthy choices for yourself and for your own well-being, physically, financially, emotionally. In the fourth week, you have the Moon card, and so this is an energy asking you to tune into your intuition, to allow yourself to be guided. But this is also a reminder that you don't know everything, that not everything has been disclosed to you, that things might still be a little bit hazy or a little bit obscured. Oh my God. But you won't be in that space for long, or just because there are some areas that are a little confusing, that you haven't fully figured out, that haven't been fully sorted, it doesn't mean that there is no light in your life. You still have the Sun card coming up for you, which is basically the opposite of that. And so you still have access to celebration, to fun, with friends, with family, right? Like that celebration that's available to you at the beginning of the month comes up right back again at the end of the month. And I think Gemini had this exact same card in the exact same placement. So it's like you start off the month strong, and then there's a little bit of a difficulty that you hit in week 2, but you start to come back from it. And it's not saying that everything's going to get sorted and that you're going to know how everything works out, but it's like you still have access to happiness, right? You can still tune in to being centered, to being grounded, to being caring for yourself, to celebration, even if certain areas of your life are a little bit more challenging. And it's also really interesting that you have like sun and moon energies kind of polarizing themselves at the end of the month. All right, so we're gonna look at some oracle cards for a little bit more guidance for each of the weeks. You have surrender your ego in the first week of December. It says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And so I definitely think this message of ego is asking or is pointing to like this devil energy that comes up in the second week and asking you to be very honest with yourself to where you've been letting like ego or pride run the show, because I'm getting that it's blocking you from might be blocking you from having more success. You have surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And so this is just kind of a reminder to have you aware that some of your fears are just coming of like fears of the unknown, right? Because I do see you wanting to make forward progress, but it's like there's a bump that needs to get transmuted or worked through. But I would say if you can kind of allow yourself to start envisioning like the ending of the month, maybe being that more grounded, that more centered, that more playful, that more happier you is going to help you push past fear of change, past being stuck in the ego mind or the thinking mind. You have surrendered to inner peace. It says cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So again, this is a message of you having a practice that you go to for getting centered again, for when you are stuck in your thoughts or in your ego mind. Like, do you have that go-to practice that allows you to find steadiness and silence and ease? And you have surrender stubbornness in the fourth week of December. It says if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with yourself and others. So again, asking you to be very mindful of where you're still holding a grip to, of where you're still holding on to stubborn energy, of where your ego might still be playing you, versus operating from a much more gentle or yielding or even happier centered energy. I'm like, this feels a little bit of a heavy month for you guys, Cancer, but I will say in spite of like the heavier messages coming through, remember that you still have access to happiness, to groundedness, to peace, should you wish to cultivate that or give that your attention. Alright, let's pull one chakra stone to close out your reading for the month of December. You have Shine, and it is a solar plexus chakra card. It is Mukite is the stone, and it says you are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. And so I definitely believe, Cancer, that this is talking about this sun card at the end of the month. And I'm also being drawn to like the little sparkly stars at the beginning within the Chariot card, because I'm getting like this is you guys, right? Like the essence of who you are. And so any difficulty that is coming up or that's showing itself is to get you to experience your own shine, as cheesy as that might sound. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it right there. Hope these messages were helpful to you, and we'll see you guys in January. Bye.